And I know you were in a particularly gifted year at Chelsea, and you played with Hudson-Odoi, if I'm correct. What other players
Yeah,
were
yeah.
in that group?
I don't regret it, but I do regret at the same time because it felt like when I was at Chelsea, I felt like I was in this bubble. Do you know what I mean? I thought,
What do you think sets Chelsea apart from other academies?
not from Sunday League. I went to a place called Chelsea Development Centre. So it was like a place where players are trying to get into academy. So scouts come to watch your games there, training sessions. Then before Chelsea came, Fulham took me on trial. So I went on trial at Fulham for about 6 weeks. They took long to sign me.
Mhm.
So from there, Chelsea just took me and got signed from there.
Okay. And I know your mate AJ, he's an advocate for staying in sort of Sunday league and playing with your mates until a later age. Obviously, you got picked up by Chelsea at the age of 8. Looking back on it,
Yeah.
do you think that was beneficial for you, or do you wish that you maybe spend a few more years playing football purely for the enjoyment of it?
Um, I don't regret it, but I do regret at the same time because it felt like when I was at Chelsea, I felt like I was in this bubble. Do you know what I mean? I thought, okay, I'm at Chelsea. Da, 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 da.
Mhm.
So like, it never made me like. I enjoyed it obviously, but I reckon if I was like a Sunday league team, I would have been like training, like playing more harder, want to strive for more. But because I was already at Chelsea, I was like, yeah, I was sponsored by Adidas at the time as well. So like at a young age, when you see all of this, you're thinking like it gets a bit too much for you. Do you know what I mean? So I
Mhm.
think I just got ahead of myself. Really, I just got ahead of myself, and yeah. But then
Yeah.
I don't at the same time because it taught me a lesson. That it humbled me a bit. Do you know what I mean? So yeah.
So at the same time, did you realize the magnitude of going into a club like Chelsea, obviously one of the biggest clubs in the world, but at such an age of age 8, did you realize how great of an opportunity it was?
Oh yeah, of course. I realized that, but I just caught up in everything. Do you know what I mean? Everything went quick.
Hmm.
Like from under 8 to 16, it felt like it was a 1 year. Even though it was like a couple of years apart, but I felt like it was a year. It went so quick.
Okay. And moving on for that, what do you think sets Chelsea apart from other academies? Because obviously in recent years we've seen the breakthrough of loads of players into the first team. You know, Mason Mount, Hudson-Odoi. What do you think so special about Chelsea's academy system?
I feel like the preparation, the type of training
Hmm.
they do, and the coaching. I feel like in football, I feel like coaching is so important. And the type of training you do can help so much in matches. So that's what I feel like with the training and off the pitch as well. Little things like protein shakes giving you bars, like machines for massages and stuff. Just little things like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's given to you, stuff like that. And they have top coaches that used to be ex-footballers.
Hmm.
So they've been experienced, or you learn from the best basically.
Hmm. And
So that's
cheers
why
for
I feel
that.
like,
Can you
yeah.
just elaborate a little bit on the sort of training? You said obviously ex-coaches training. What kind of stuff in particular can you remember?
I remember like doing like shooting practice. Then he told me like the type of technique you should do at certain angles of the pitch.
Hmm.
Like if you're from this distance, you do shoot your laces. Your close goal range, shoot your like side foot laces. Different movements like mannequins. So move of the defenders. How to break through defenders. Being confident. So we do like little. You don't only do shooting drills. You do like you stop it and be like he'll show us different type of techniques for how to shoot, how to catch a keeper off guard, like little things like that. He
Hmm.
wouldn't just set up a drill. He wouldn't set up a drill and not go into depth. He was going to depth every drill, whether it was a passing drill, crossing drill, attacking the defense. Yeah, and like we do video analysis, so we will go over it. So
And I know you were in a particularly gifted year at Chelsea, and you played with Hudson-Odoi, if I'm correct. What other players
yeah,
were
yeah.
in that group?
Tariq Lamptey, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Jonathan Panzo. What was I played with Brewster.
Hmm.
Um, that's it. I can think of from the top of my head right now.
Okay. I didn't even know Brewster was at Chelsea. But could you tell at
Yeah.
that age that they were special players, that they've gone to achieve what they're doing right now?
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. They always had talent.
Hmm.
But what you realize from a certain age, you always get like players that are talented, but they end up like going downhill.
Yeah.
And I realized it's all about attitude, like staying consistent in football. You got to be consistent. When I was
Mhm.
young, I never used to do that. I used to think, oh, if you're a good player, people know you're a good player. You don't need to be consistent in that. But in football, consistency is key.
So is
So I
that
feel like